Guys, I think I want to start here with this Falcons performance. I mean, I know we talked a lot about it heading into the season. Plenty of concerns about a guy Kirk Cousins' age recovering from the injury that he had. All of that stuff in mind, what does it say about him that he is playing as well as he is? Really playing some of the best football of his career, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't say enough good things. It's everything Atlanta hoped when they went out and paid big money for an injured veteran quarterback coming off, up until the injury, what was a career year in Minnesota with the Vikings last season. Of course, blows out the Achilles. And early in the year, there was a lot of questions. Was he ready? Should they go back to Michael Penix until he's healthy? And it just seems as every week has gone on, he's gotten better, the offense has gotten better, and ultimately, him and Zach Robinson, their relationship, their vision to seeing this whole thing through the same set of lenses. I mean, this team just, I'll tell you what, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's all there is to it at this point, Dave. It's an opportunity for us to see him the last couple of weeks and see how Kirk Cousins has evolved. We talked to you about this a week ago. Zach Robinson and Kirk Cousins not necessarily on the same page personnel-wise. They're running a lot more 12 early. They shifted into an 11 personnel mainly. They didn't run a lot of play action early. Kirk Cousins is a great play action quarterback. He's starting to implement more of that. So that marriage between quarterback, play caller, and staff and the weapons on the outside are all starting to really look good together through about 9 games or about the midway point.
I typically prefer to focus on the winner in these interviews, but it's such a huge development for the Cowboys that they lose Dak Prescott in this game in addition to the loss. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see where he stands from a health standpoint, but how do the Cowboys keep this thing from snowballing with that added factor thrown into the mix?
Yeah, they've been missing a lot, right? On the defensive end in particular. Now we saw the offensive injuries start to mount up today.
Yeah, just at some point, the next man up, it only lasts for so long. And I think that's really been the story of the entire season. Now, they have a lot more issues going on and things that have changed since last year's successful season other than injuries. But listen, when you have Deron Bland, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, you're not just losing your best players, you're losing premier players in all of the NFL. And now, all of a sudden, the injuries have started to creep in on the offensive side of the ball. They lose Dak for almost all of the fourth quarter. CeeDee Lamb, for all intents and purposes, they lost him for a good chunk of the fourth quarter, battling through that shoulder. So they've got to hope both those injuries are not long-term, because if they are, just as they get healthy and back on track on defense, it seems like now it just flips to the other side and you just play whack-a-mole all season.
Yeah, 3-5 is not a great place to be. You know, over the last 30-plus years of sample size, it's like a 10% shot of making the playoffs. It's just a hard hole to climb out of. Even with the expanded format, it's tough to dig out of a 2-loss hole, under 2, below 500 at this point of the season to try to make the playoffs.
And the schedule doesn't get a lot easier for Dallas either, so we'll see how they manage that. But hey, not the Falcons' problem, y'all. They are flying high, looking like the clear-cut favorites in that NFC South. I appreciate it as always, fellas. Take care.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Thanks, Dave.